Good morning, good people. How we doing? Okay. We're gonna pick it back up where we left off yesterday. We left off in the green here. You see on the screen, I've highlighted a section in green, and this is my first read of this particular section in I don't even know how long years. So y'all gotta bear with me. I'm gonna have me a drink of water. I just want to mention too, I still eat fruit. I think the last time I had fruit was maybe 2 days ago. I had a banana, but I need to buy some more fruit. The last batch of like a mixture of like different melons, watermelon, honeydew, with some apples, strawberries in there, and a few other things, pineapple. It went bad in the refrigerator, so I had to feed it to my worms. So I gotta buy another batch. Anyways, let me drink a sip of water here. And we're about to get right into it. As the two men started catching up on the happenings in their lives, Fred not being completely honest, Henry assuming as much by the avoidance of eye contact, Lily assumed the normal position of harassing Jacob. Looks like that bucket was heavy, she said with a smirk. Looks like your bottom lip is too, Jacob countered. Oh, Jacob is a smart one, I see. Whatever, ugly duckling, said Lily. Then, as though they weren't going tit for tat, Jacob asked, "Hey, guess what?" "What?" Lily followed. A glassy stare was now admiring her father. Wait a minute. With a glassy stare, the girl was now admiring her father. "We caught some of your cousins today. Want to see?" the boy added while moving the heavy bucket next to the girl's feet. "All right, Jake, be nice," said Henry to his son. "I never pay attention to him, Mr. Wallace. He has a crush on me. That's why he acts like that," Lily insisted. Now, remember, you guys, this is my first time reading this over in, I don't even know, 2 or 3 years. I don't even know how long, to be honest with you. So with that being said, if I pause, I'm trying to figure things out in my head. I'm making edits in my head, and it's not because I can't read. I wrote this, so you got to be able to read to write. You know what I mean? It's almost like if you telling a runner, "How'd you get here? You can't even walk." You know what I mean? So yeah, if you see me pause by now, the 3 or 4 people that watches my videos, you should be able to see that, once I read it over a few times, the reading gets better. Okay, but first read, I'm making edits. I'm trying to calculate, did I say this previously? Okay, how's this going to work in the beginning of the story? How's it going to work in the end? So that's what I'm doing. I'm not fumbling over words. I do fumble over words too, but mostly what I'm doing when I stop is I'm making edits, and I'm trying to figure out, how the sentence sounds. Anyways, let's keep going. "I never pay attention to him, Mr. Wallace. He has a crush on me. That's why he acts like that," Lily insisted. A tight smile that unwillingly held his lip together helped contain the boy's thoughts, which were overflowing with a collection of unkind words. Thankfully, before bursting with meanness, Jacob realized the risk of losing his future puppy and opted to let the perfect moment of sarcasm pass, but not without mouthing the words ugliest duckling back at her while his dad continued talking to Frederick Sr. I know, Lily heard her dad say in a drunken tone. Aside to the obvious swaying that began immediately after the two men embraced, he was nearing incoherence. But she hadn't seen her father in years, so what? He was drunk. So what? He was drunk. And soon everyone else would know what she had been knowing the entire afternoon. He'd been drinking heavily. Nevertheless, her father, the man who'd been gone for all those years without coming to visit his children once, was back, and that's all that mattered. That last time we saw each other was right before I started working again, Fred replied. I know I should have came back to see my children. I know I should have come back to see my children. He stumbled. Over word children. It came out sounding more like children. Children, yeah. Yeah, you should have, Henry agreed. Anyway, how's it going up there in the big city? You still making good money at the plant? Oh, it's going pretty good, I guess. I mean, hell, I still got a job. Yeah, so you made it through all the layoffs, said Henry. You know what, yeah, hold tight. I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna change this music up. Y'all hold tight. Okay, I don't know if this music is gonna get flagged or not. I really don't care, but I changed it up the pace a little bit. Okay. Let me turn it down just a little bit. Oh, it's going pretty good, I guess. I mean, hell, I still got a job. Yeah, so you made it through all the layoffs, said Henry. Shoot, yeah. Let's say shit, yeah. You know, Frederick is not the courteous type, but considerate type. Shit, yeah. Those white boys can't hang with me. You know, I've been welding since high school, you know. Old man Jenkins taught me well. Taught me well. Yep, what? Oh, yep. He's still there too, at the career center, said Henry. Oh yeah, I gotta go see the old hillbilly. With that being said, wait a minute. The man's mood seemed to all of a sudden change. The man mood changed. Let me see. The man's mood suddenly fell. I like this beat. I like this little melody. I hope it don't get flagged. The man's mood suddenly fell flat. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta go see the old hillbilly. Oh yeah, I gotta go see the old hillbilly. With that being said, the man's mood suddenly fell flat. Boss man told me the other day my name came up. So I don't know how much longer it's gonna be, but I think he's just joking just looking for an excuse. Excuse? Asked Henry. Yeah, somebody went and lied, told the man I came in drunk one Saturday. Now, Fred, did you? Come on now. What do you look like? What do I look like coming in drunk? I had a few beers the night before. Let's see, the night before. The night before might have been a 6-pack or a little more, a few shots of vodka. Me and this old Mexican gal was celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Wait a minute, Cinco de Mayo. It was a few months late, but a promise is a promise. Anyway, again, please, my eyes, if you look at my eyes is doing this. I'm going all over, like a little bumblebee looking at different things. So that's why I'm reading this way. Hopefully the music will, fill in some of the mess ups. Not really mess ups anyways. It was a few months late, but a promise is a promise. Anyway, you know me. It takes a whole lot more to get me drunk, to get me tight. I can handle mine. With those words, Lily simply got up and left. After hearing the conversation take a slow roll downhill, the girl decided to locate Sonia. I know what you're saying, Fred. I know what you're saying, Fred, but you can't give them any excuses, any reason. Henry said, look, you know how those good old boys stick together. It's not just in the South either. They're everywhere, even Jersey. It had been at least 2 years since the two men had seen each other, and Henry was already unimpressed by Fred's usual detachment of responsibility. In being so, he too decided to leave the man there to go clean fish. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna go see what these women of mine are cooking up. In the kitchen before cleaning these fish, said Henry as he walked away carrying both buckets. As Frederick Sr. turned his attention to Jacob, I gotta go back, I think. I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning of the story to fix some things. I said this, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before that, but I gotta go back and change some things. I gotta say again, I like this music. I think I like this music better than the other music. I think you guys are gonna enjoy this music better. It's like a jazz, hip hop, more jazz than anything. So, and you know what I say about jazz? Jazz is in the air, and I didn't figure that out until I was like maybe in my late 20s, early 30s. I was like, oh, jazz is in the air, and what I mean by that is every scenario in life, you can put a jazz soundtrack to it. Like, I don't care if you're at work with an impact taking off a tire on a semi truck, or a doctor in a hospital performing brain surgery. You can put jazz music on to go with whatever you're doing. That's what you can't do that with rap. You can't do that with rock and roll. You can't do that with country music. You can't even do that with classical music, I don't think. But with jazz, it's definitely in the air. That's to me, that sums up jazz in a nutshell. It's in the air. So I think we're gonna stick with jazz. Ooh, if it's not flagging. Oh man. Oof. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna go see what these women of mine are cooking up in the kitchen before cleaning these fish, said Henry as he walked away carrying both buckets. As Frederick Sr. turned his attention to Jacob, and with a cup of cheap whiskey in one hand, the man pivoted on the bench to face the boy who sat across from him, who sat across the table from him, who sat across the table from him. "Hey, Travis," he said. You know what? Let me give you guys another little inside scoop. When I wrote Travis, I probably did that on accident and then realized, oh, this is not Saving Miss Caroline. If you've read my book, Saving Miss Caroline, you know Travis is the main character. But it played in with this dialogue, so I left it. You know, he's supposed to be drunk, right? So, hey, Travis, he said. It's Jacob. I want that pause to be a little bit longer. So let's do this. It's Jacob, the boy corrected. Oh, pretty sharp, son. Oh, pretty sharp, I see. Oh, pretty sharp, too, I see. Oh, pretty sharp, too, I see. Oh, pretty sharp, too, I see. That's right, Jacob, the man smiled. I want to give him gold fangs right here. That's right, Jacob, the man smiled. Yeah, let's do that. 2 gold fangs glistening. How do you spell glistening? Glisto. What is it? Glisto. From the lights. From festive lights, from the festive lights. I love this music. I'm not going back to the music. I don't care what it's like. All right. So now I'm kind of like making Frederick Sr. more of a character here, but I'll say this: stories write themselves, y'all. We simply steer them in the direction we want them to go in, but they have their own wind. Oh, pretty sharp too, I see. That's right, Jacob. The man smiled, 2 gold fangs glistening from the festive lights. How are you now? How old are you now, Travis? How old are you now, Jacob? I want to say Travis. How old are you now, Jacob? 12, 15? 12, 15. Damn, how drunk is this guy? I'm 10, Jacob replied while looking around. He was hoping to be called away to do a chore. Any chore would do. Any chore would do. Any chore would do. Any chore would do. Okay, so I must have only went through this part once, so I'm seeing a lot of things that I might have to fix. I will have to fix. Right now it's almost 20 minutes. There was none. They were all busy. How far? made it that far? Okay. All right. I'm 10. Jacob replied while looking around. He was hoping to be called away to do a chore. Any chore would do. But there was no one. But there was no one. They were all busy at doing adult stuff. All right. He was hoping to be called away. By an adult to do a chore. Any chore would do, but there was no one. They were all busy at doing adult stuff. The only other kid around was Fred Jr., who just so happened to be standing next to Suge's birthday cake, looking as though he was daydreaming about having a slice. 10? Wow! Get out of here. You're about the biggest 10-year-old I've ever seen. Look, I heard you and my daughter going back and forth. See, this is why I hadn't been over this at all. If your dad hadn't told you already, you gotta understand something about women. They like it when a man disrespects them. I know, sounds crazy, right? But look, between you and me, she likes you, little buddy. You just gotta wait it out. She'll come around. Just ignore her for a few days and watch and see if she ain't eating out of your hand like a trained puppy. I may not know a lot of things, but I know women. The man smiled. He smiled. Displaying those shiny fangs again. I may change that. The man smiled, displaying those shiny fangs again. But Jacob tried to explain. I know she's outspoken, just like her mom, but wait a minute. But Jacob tried to explain. All right, we'll stop it here. This is going to be in the red. And again, you please excuse the reading or lack of. I can read. And the story right now doesn't seem very interesting. I know that. I may take it back to the beginning and add in a few things. But it's been 24 minutes. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I thank you all. Hit that like, subscribe, share, comment. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Till next time, I'm out. Oh, let me stop the video first. Let me stop that.